On May 10, 2020, the Subscibe Police Department in California received a call from North Bay Medical Center about an individual who had ingested nail polish remover. The department assigned Officer Tiffany Kanoma and Officer Cody Marler to respond to the call. However, they got the wrong house. Both officers reached the wrong address, and instead of apologizing to the residents, Officer Marler began to escalate things. Officer Marler started the conversation by pointing at Hawkins' wife and asking whether she was his girlfriend and baby mama, a huge stereotypical assumption on the officer's part. After that, Marler asked Hawkins what his name was, which Hawkins denied disclosing, and asked why he was being interrogated.
What's your first name?
I don't have to identify myself to you, do I? Am I under investigation? You want to tell me what's going on?
Can you confirm the address?
Can you come out here?
No, she can't come out there.
As the interaction went on, the officer confirmed the address from the office.
This is not the right address.
Even after getting confirmation by the department that they were at the wrong address, Officer Marler continued to make things worse.
Y'all violating my rights right now.
Actually, we're not, dude.
Yes, you are, because you're not telling me who that is. I said it to you.
Listen to me, dude. We're not violating your rights.
You are.
How?
Because
which right? Which civil right are we violating?
Why are you raising your voice?
When there was no logical answer to Sergeant Hawkins' questions, Marler started raising his voice to silence him. However, what he did not know was that the man he was dealing with was not only a citizen who knew his rights perfectly, but also a veteran of the U.S. military. Not only did Marler raise his voice at Hawkins, but even started peeking in his house through the front window. But this didn't seem enough to him as he proceeded to inflict yet another insult at Hawkins.
Okay.
So now I can raise my voice,
Let's go. No, you can eat it.
Seeing the officer's irrational and rude behavior, Hawkins started recording the interaction. However, Marler was quick to realize that he had messed up and made a quick shift in his attitude toward Hawkins. But it was too late. A mere apology wasn't going to fix his mistake.
I messed up. I apologize.
Now that you're on film, you messed up.
No,
so you haven't violated any of my rights.
No,
the first thing you said to me coming here was,
is
that my baby mama or my girlfriend?
Sir,
Then he started raising his voice at me.
From North Bay.
Pause.
After the video of the police encounter with Sergeant Hawkins was released, it went viral overnight, forcing the Subscibe Police Department to take action against Marler. He was soon fired from the department, and a formal apology was released by the Subscibe Police Chief, Aaron Roth. "We have worked hard over the years to show our community we value them and want to partner with them. Our partnership with the community is vital to the work we do," Chief Roth said. He expressed his regret regarding the incident, describing it as an unfortunate event. Roth emphasized the importance of turning it into a valuable learning experience, demonstrating their commitment to improving and collaborating with the community to create a more inclusive and thriving Subscibe city that benefits everyone. Sergeant Hawkins also expressed his thoughts and anger over the incident, saying that his intense interaction with the police officers left his family scarred for their whole life, as they were terrified seeing that the police might wrongfully arrest him or even shoot him at the door because he was a black man.
Or murdered in cold blood on my front doorstep.
Cop loses job after pepper spraying an Army lieutenant. On the evening of December 5, 2020, two police officers from Windsor, a small town in Virginia, Officer Joe Gutierrez and Officer Daniel Crocker, noticed an SUV and decided to conduct a traffic stop. According to the police officers, the vehicle had dark-tinted windows and no license plate. To pull the car over, Gutierrez turned on his lights. The driver of the SUV, however, didn't stop the car at first and kept driving for another mile before pulling over at a gas station. The driver, identified as an Army Lieutenant Karan Nazario, later said that he didn't pull over at first because he wanted to stop at a well-lit place. However, the cops were already furious and weren't willing to listen to any explanation. They didn't even give Nazario a single chance to explain himself and drew their guns on him. Officer Crocker demanded Nazario step out of the car, but Nazario asked what was the reason behind this traffic stop. Nazario, who was confused about why officers were behaving the way they were, didn't comply with the cops' demands for his safety and remained seated in his car.
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
The door slowly and step out.
Little did he know that the officers would take this as an attack on their ego. Yelling and screaming, both cops approached Nazario's vehicle and asked him to keep his hands out the window, which he did, but they kept demanding him to get out of the car, which Nazario refused. Seeing things going down, Nazario took out his phone and started recording the incident. Officer Crocker, who didn't see the temporary license plate taped to the back window of Nazario's brand new SUV, deemed it a high-risk situation and continued pointing his gun in Nazario's direction without warning him about his assumption. Nazario, however, didn't even know the officers were worried about and continuously asked the cops what was going on. He told the officers that seeing both of them drawing their guns at him, he was afraid for his life.
I'm honestly afraid to get out.
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
Now, Officer Gutierrez, who is just like any other police officer, as we are told, received complete training to de-escalate a situation, proceeded to escalate it in the worst way possible. Listen to what Gutierrez said to Nazario, who was expressing his thoughts sincerely.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get
going
out.
on? What
Get
did
out
I
the
do?
car.
Get out now.
I have not committed any crimes.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for
For a
obstruction of justice.
traffic violation, I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told me why I'm being stopped.
Now, when you tell someone that they should be worried about their life, would they cooperate or try to defend themselves even more? Nazario tried to get more information before deciding to step out of his car, but the officer's patience was over as they proceeded to use excessive force against him. Officer Gutierrez grabbed Nazario's hands and tried to drag him out of the car. When this proved hard, he grabbed his pepper spray and applied it to Nazario's eyes. Without telling him why he was pulled over, the officer pepper sprayed Nazario multiple times, and while Nazario was struggling to open his eyes and see his surroundings, Gutierrez continuously demanded that he step out of the car. Even after being pepper sprayed, Nazario complied with the officer's never-ending demands and took off his seatbelt and stepped out of the car. But now, Gutierrez's new demand was that he get on the ground. When Nazario, who was even struggling to see clearly, couldn't comply with the officer's demand, Gutierrez started kicking him and forced him onto his knees. After handcuffing and securing Nazario, Gutierrez realized that he had made a huge mistake and tried to correct things by giving Nazario justifications for his actions. Gutierrez tried to strike a deal with Nazario by telling him that he had just talked to the police chief and that he wouldn't charge Nazario if he didn't pursue them.
I don't mean that disrespectfully, okay? I mean, you have that right as a citizen. If that's what you want, we'll charge you, have you go to court, notify the command, do all that, or we could take time out of our night, which is not a problem. We're being paid to take care of people, okay?
However, Nazario didn't let it go, not after the way he was treated. He immediately filed a lawsuit against both officers, claiming more than $1 million in damages. Both officers, Gutierrez and Crocker, faced charges of assault, battery, false imprisonment, and illegal search. The lawsuit argued that the officers violated Nazario's rights guaranteed under the First and Fourth Amendments. The jury, however, largely sided with the officers and awarded Nazario $3,685 in damages, $2,685 from Joe Gutierrez and $1,000 from Daniel Crocker. Although the jury found both officers guilty of assaulting Nazario, the Windsor police chief, Rodney Riddle, supported his officers. "My guys missed opportunities to verbally de-escalate that thing and change that outcome," Riddle said. "Lieutenant Nazario took certain actions that created where we got to. At the end of the day, I'm glad nobody got hurt. That situation ended in the best way it could have. I wish he would have complied a whole lot earlier." However, the chief's support couldn't save Gutierrez from losing his job. Following the court's decision, he was fired from his job. But even then, Chief Riddle sided with the former officer. He said that Gutierrez was not fired for his actions, but for the video itself. As this thing kind of gathered legs and became viral, I personally felt there was no way Gutierrez could effectively serve the community at that point, Riddle said.
His ability to continue to serve the community to the standards that we expect it to be to.
But Riddle did admit that his department does need to change some things. That incident is out there, it's over, it's done. The chief said, "We can't take it back. We can't fix it. But what we have is an opportunity to learn and to grow and to teach our officers to get some more input from our community. Let's hope that the Windsor Police Department did actually learn from their mistake." There have been plenty of cases where cops shoot black men just because they thought they were a danger, and I have already covered a lot of them on my channel. So if you want to watch them, head to the channel and please don't forget to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments below.